We saw the news this morning relative to North Korea. Hope springs eternal, but we need to learn a lot more relative to these talks, and we will, and the IC will continue to do every possible collection and assessment we can.
All right. The Director of National Intelligence there, Dan Coats, earlier today on Capitol Hill saying time will tell if North Korea is really serious about denuclearization and whether Kim Jong-un can be trusted on that topic or any other. From the Hudson Institute, senior fellow Rebeccah Heinrichs joins us right now. So that's what got people, well, excited or at least optimistic this morning was all these reports that maybe the North Koreans are willing to talk or consider getting rid of their nukes. And Dan Coats went on to say that he is, skeptical of all that. What do you make of it?
No, he should be skeptical. You know, the only thing that I'm hopeful about here is that I'm hopeful that the Trump administration isn't going to be so foolish as to fall for this. This is what the North Koreans do. Just a week ago, the 38 North is a website that provides expert analysis of North Korea, and they have just said that it looks like the North Koreans are once again producing or working on nuclear warheads. This was just a week ago. This is not evidence of a repentant state that wants to be brought into the international community and no longer wants to threaten its neighbors. This is evidence that the North Koreans are not serious. They're pulling the United States around again. They're biding time so they can continue their program.
All right, next move then. We've seen the South Koreans, and we see some of the video that's been put out of that, already go in with a delegation of North Korea and hold these face-to-face talks with Kim Jong-un, something I don't believe has happened since at least he took over as the leader of North Korea. So South Korea's already done that. Well, they'll come back now. They've already come back to South Korea. Then their delegation will come over here, and they'll report to the U.S. on how that went. How should the Trump administration handle that? Obviously, we don't know all the information about what will be said back and forth, but what's the next move in your view?
You know, what the Trump administration needs to do is to affirm our close relationship with the South Koreans, understanding that they're desperate for some sort of diplomatic breakthrough here, but letting them know that this isn't just about them, it's about us. These nuclear ICBMs are pointed at the United States.
Right.
And so, it's not just about them. And again, and affirm that the alliance is strong between the United States, Japan, and South Korea, because North Korea would want nothing more than to break up this alliance. I guarantee you that what North Korea wants in exchange for some sort of alleged freeze on their program is for the United States to get out of South Korea and stop our military joint drills. And that is a no deal.
That's what Mary Kissel was saying from the Journal when she was on with us last hour. But should we be open? Should direct talks even be on our radar, U.S. radar?
You know, if they're even saying that we're willing to roll back our nuclear program, and we can have a diplomat walk in and sit down and say, what are your cards? Show us your cards. And they mention that, that we need to get out of South Korea or stop our military drills, that we can have our diplomats stand up and walk out and say, you wasted 30 seconds of my time.
I hear you on that. I played a soundbite from Dan Coats on the way in here, the Director of National Intelligence, who's been testifying on Capitol Hill. Now, one of the other things that came up in that testimony is Russia. So the Trump administration has been criticized for not being aggressive enough on Russia, not imposing the sanctions, among other things, that were made mandatory by Congress in response to Russian meddling in the election. So he was asked about that today, and here's what he said. Listen.
If the Trump administration doesn't implement sanctions as required by Congress, then we are not using every tool we can to effectively deter Russia from undermining our democracy.
And as I've said, Secretary Mnuchin is going to be announcing those, I believe, within a week.
There you go. Sanctions coming within a week. What do you make of that, as there have also been reports, as there were yesterday, that there have been something like $120 million allocated to the State Department and none of it was spent? Are we doing enough on Russian meddling?
Well, I hope that the Trump administration is, making sure that our elections are protected, especially, after what just happened in the last election. But I do find this just a little bit galling that you have so many Trump critics that are really pounding the tables on this when the Obama administration knew that the Russians were interfering in the election while it was happening and didn't do anything about it. That is incredibly frustrating. Also, it should be said that the Trump administration, I know on this particular issue it drives people crazy that the president hasn't been more outspoken. But as far as Russia across the board, this administration is really being tough and putting the squeeze on Russia. We just shot and killed over 100 Russian mercenaries in Syria. And so, the Trump administration is being tough with Russia, far tougher than the Obama administration really was. So I'm pleased to see that we're going to address the election meddling in some specific way.
Right.
But to focus on it, I think, is just so narrowly is missing the forest for the trees.
So not a big worry then for the midterms, what Russia might do?
No, I think we should absolutely distrust Russia. I think that we need to make sure that our election is protected. What I'm saying, though, is this sort of tit for tat and having specific sanctions.
That, right?
It's not just that, and the way the Russians operate is they exploit American weaknesses. And the Russians ate our lunch during this Russia reset policy of the Obama administration in a variety of ways. In Syria, invading Ukraine, threatening our NATO allies in the Baltics, militarizing the Black Sea. So all of these things happened under the Obama administration's watch. We got to have a full court press against the Russians, which I believe the Trump administration, to its credit, is doing.
Thanks, Rebecca. It's always good to see you. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much.